It's just a matter of your letting in more of what you felt you deserved than you did before.
So more of the way things are versus angels whispering in our ears.
Yes. And remember this. I haven't just talked about, let's say, technological improvements or improvements in fabrics that could be used in a coat, or let us say the development of automobiles and airplanes that made ships obsolete as means of transporting you from one place to another. I haven't talked just about the form, because the form isn't really where the movement is. The movement is in your increasing experience of your integrity, of your birthright. That's where the movement is. That's where the, quote, development is. That's where the growth is. It isn't in the inventions. The inventions always have accompanied, let us say, your belief that you didn't always have to be in the dark, or your clearer understanding that you didn't always have to be in the dark, and your clearer understanding that you didn't have to be limited to the transmission of a message that takes 3 months to get where it's going and another 3 months to bring an answer back to you. So what all of the inventions and all of the developments of objects are just representations of the amount of your birthright that you have been willing to embrace. That's where it's happening. That is the happening.
I like that.
That's a practical response.
Yeah.
Continue.
The Garden of Eden, or the pre-separation condition, was a state of mind in which nothing was needed. When Adam listened to the, quote, lies of the serpent, unquote, all he heard was untruth. You do not have to continue to believe what is not true unless you choose to do so.
Now that's a very significant statement. When Adam listened to the lies of the serpent, all he heard was untruth. He was not tempted. He recognized it for what it was, a lie. So he didn't become subject to he did not become subject to the illusion that would have followed if he thought he was hearing truth and accepted it and joined. Continue.
All that can literally disappear in the twinkling of an eye because it is merely a misperception.
I want to emphasize another word here. You do not have to continue to believe what is not true unless you choose to do so. All that can literally disappear in the twinkling of an eye because it is merely a misperception. Meaning all that which isn't true that you have been believing can disappear in the twinkling of an eye because it is merely a misperception. It's not an actuality. Someone the other day said that they were experiencing a fever, Amina, and that she thought that her body was in a process of casting off something unnecessary to it. Well, she's caught in a mutually agreed upon definition about body and how it functions, and doesn't realize that if she envisions a process by which a certain thing is being accomplished, that she will be stuck with the fever until that time period has passed and what needed to be accomplished could be accomplished. And that the process would move forward on the basis of the manner in which matter operates. It left her with no capacity to be receptive to an instantaneous healing, because she saw a physical process occurring, when the fact is that there's not one single physical thing there where she sees body. It's just the visibility and tangibility of her individuality, which is mind. It's her individuality rendered perceptible. But what is perceptible about it is still of the same nature and character as that which it is identifying, which is pure mind. And not only that, it's incapable of harboring anything that it would need to go through a process to release. Therefore, the existence of the fever and the thing that need to be released, that this so-called body is going through a process of releasing, is all a fantasy. And if she realizes that it is a fantasy, then in the twinkling of an eye, it can literally disappear because it's merely a misperception, you see? Continue.
What is seen in dreams seems to be very real, yet the Bible says that a deep sleep fell upon Adam, and nowhere is there reference to his waking up.
Yes. What is seen in dreams seems to be very real. Well, all there are to dreams are limited embraces of the totality of reality. Important point. Dreams are not an experience of something different from reality. Dreams are just highly focused, limited perceptions of the totality, which is reality. And what is seen in dreams seems to be very real because you make commitment to only seeing a little bit at a time. But it's your commitment to the limited vision that makes it seem real. It's your capacity to be focused that makes it real. In other words, you couldn't seem to have an illusion if there wasn't something real engaged in observing it and lending to it the fantasy, reality, you might say, but I'm putting that word reality in quotes, by virtue of the something real in you that is capable of bringing focused, committed attention to what you choose to give your attention to. So you make the illusion seem real by virtue of bringing your very real divine capacity to bear upon focusing your attention on a very limited part of reality and holding it there. And believing that the limitation is real. You get it? Yes.
So Adam listened to the lies of the serpent. And in the face of reality, he didn't believe it because it was obvious that it was all lies. I presume also that Eve listened to the lies of the serpent and was equally unpersuaded because in the face of reality, the lies are apparent.
No, this is not correct.
No.
She did see truth in it. But even so, it did not create an illusion. She then
It was when they shared.
sidled up to Adam, said, "Honey, would you just consider looking at it this way?" And he said, "Oh, well, what can it hurt?" And then there were two joined in the bias, in the fantasy.
And that's the deep sleep that Adam fell into.
Yes. And Eve.
And they're awake now.
As someone said, and they're awake now. It's irrelevant. I'm not going to go into that at the moment. Okay, let us continue.
The world has not yet experienced any comprehensive reawakening or rebirth. Such a rebirth is impossible as long as you continue to project or miscreate.
Okay, so we've come to a point here where, without much emphasis, you've been given a clue as to how to break the dream. As long as you continue to project or miscreate, such a rebirth is impossible. But as soon as you stop projecting and miscreating, such a rebirth is not only possible but inevitable. Now, you know what? That could really please your ego. But it is your soul that responds with joy at hearing that. Because you are being reminded at a deep level what your function is. And the experience of that feels good. And I want you not to confuse it for an ego response. It still remains within you, however, to extend as God extended His Spirit to you. Your function has never been lost to you. It has not shriveled up and blown away. You have not lost the capacity. Each one of you is still fully functional as God created you. You are as fully functional as God is being you in this moment. You should stop using the word created. God did not create you sometime in the past. God is being you in this instant. Behold, I make all things new. It still remains within you to extend as God extended His Spirit to you. Now here's the zinger again about the free will. In reality, this is your only choice. Because your free will was given you for your joy in creating the perfect. By letting God be all there is to you, so that right where you are, God is finding expression, not a puny little personality called Fred or John or Mary or whatever. You see? Wow. And this is where we will break for tonight. I have enjoyed being with you.
Thank you.
And you're probably going to get tired of hearing this. I haven't said it a lot, but as time goes on, I will be reminding you. Paul is not the special medium through which you can hear me. Whether you're here in this room or whether you're listening from places around the globe on the internet, I am inseparable from each one of you, just as you are inseparable from all of us who are awake. So don't walk out of here anxious to come back next week to hear more from me. Walk out of here curious to see if I have anything to say to you on the way home. So that maybe next Thursday you're going to be so busy listening to me at home that you won't have time to come to the gathering. Got it?
Got it. Yes.
Nevertheless, I will enjoy communing with you here or at home. Okay. Good night.